Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to another ESP lesson. I know you're super excited. Let's learn another new sound so that we can become better readers. Read the target with me. I can read and spell words with a long I sound and a silent E. So remember, when we read, we're going to have our fingers up. So make sure you're starting to exercise those fingers now so they're ready to go. And when we spell, we're going to finger spell too. And of course, use our neat handwriting. Now today we're going to learn a long I sound. And long I means he's going to say his name, I. But it's not just an I that we're going to see. It's going to be that silent E at the end. Remember that silent E, he reaches over and makes that vowel say its long sound. We've done A consonant E, which says A. We've done O consonant E, which says O. And now we're doing I consonant E, which says I. So if you take a look, I've got two words here. One of them has our silent E and the other doesn't. Let's take a look at what's different about them. The word over here that has no E is sounded out like this. Thumbs up, let's do it. B-it, bit. When I put a silent E, it changes the word, because now if I finger spell this word, he says b-I, bite. That E is very important. He reaches over and makes the I say I. So if I look at some more examples, I'll do my first blue words with you. We'll sound them out and then we'll talk. So thumbs up. Let's do our first blue word. Here we go. B-I-k, bike. Let's move to our next blue word. M-I-ce, mice. Now, if I take a look at this first word, I see my E reaches over, makes that I say I. And we've learned before that when I have the K sound, it has to be a K. Because if you look at this other blue word, now we have the S sound. And we know that we use a C because a CE says S. And that E reaches over to make the I say I. So that E actually has two different jobs. Let's practice our pink words. Here we go. Thumbs up. N-I-N, nine. M-I-L, mile. Both of these words have that silent E that reaches over and makes the I say I. Let's move to our purple words. Thumbs up. P-I-P, pipe. B-I-T, bite. You can see again the E, he's not making any sound at all. His only job in these two words is to reach over and make that I say the long sound, the I sound. Let's do our last one. Thumbs up. P-I-L, pile. R-I-P, ripe. So you can see there's a pile of rubber duckies and those bananas look nice and ripe. We would not say that those bananas are rip. That doesn't make any sense. So we need to pay attention to this E. Let's move on to some review words. So for these words, I'm going to ask you to have your thumbs up, and I would love for you to finger spell along with me. Here we go. Thumbs up. Let's do it. R-O-B-A-T, robot. H-A-D, head. P-O pole. Let's stop and talk about these words for a second. Here we have another example of where the E reaches over and makes the O say O. This H one, some of you might have tried heed, heed. And that's okay because we know that EA can say E or A. Some of these words we just have to start memorizing and know when I see this word, it's going to be head. This first word is a two-syllable word, so if I clap it, robot, I know it has two syllables. Let's go to our next row and put our fingers up. Here we go. Oil, foil. B-I-T, bite. Fridge, fridge. Let's stop and talk about At this point, we've done DGE quite a few times, so we know it does not ever say DGA. That would be silly. It makes the J sound, but only after a short vowel. And here's our new guy. The E reaches over, makes the I say I. And of course, we've practiced oi in the middle is O-I. All right, let's go to our next row. Thumbs up, let's do it. Hanger. Matter. Page. Here we have A-N-G as a rhyme and big strong at the end. Here's an example where I have a short vowel and an ER, and I need to double the consonant to keep the vowel short. And here's an E that has two jobs. His job is to reach over and make that A say A, but also to make the G say the J sound. All right, let's do our last row. Here we go. Thumbs up. Mold. Pace. Bind. Here we have another rhyme. IND says eind, which means I can make rhyming words. So can you think of a word that rhymes with bind? Remember, it has to have the eind sound at the end. How about find? Nice job. When we look at this middle word here, that E has two jobs. Can you say what those two jobs are? The E reaches over, makes the A say A, and he makes the C say S. All right, now it's your turn. Make sure you have something ready to write with and to write on. And up in the corner, I have our new sound, I, consonant, silent, E. You can write that in the corner so you can practice. And you can remember that's our new sound. Now remember, we're going to do our best to fingerspell together. And if I move too fast, please pause the video. Here we go. Here's your first word. Bike. You say bike? All right, let's fingerspell. B-I-K, bike. Go ahead and spell the word bike. So we should have used our I consonant, silent E. And of course, we have B-I-K-E, because remember, the K, the consonant that says K, is always going to be a K. All right, try this next one. It is the number 9. Say 9. Let's fingerspell. N-I-N, 9. Go ahead and write the word 9. Here we have our I consonant E again. Check your board or your paper. N-I-N-E. I would never say that I have nin toys. I would say I have 9 toys. That's why we need that E at the end. All right, here's your next one. Thumbs up. I say, you say, mile. Let's fingerspell. M-I-L, mile. M-I-L, mile. M-I-L-E. I would not say I run a mill. I would say I run a mile. We need that silent E at the end. And your last one, he's pretty tricky. Mice. Let's fingerspell. M-I-S, mice. Be careful with the S sound. Here's an example where that E has two jobs. He reaches over, makes the I say I, and the C say S. So we should have M-I-C-E, mice. Here's a story that you're going to be reading in your Schoology assignment. So let's take a look at it first. Here we have a name. If I sound it out, it says Jack. A lot of these words we've practiced, so we should be able to read, but help me read. Jack got a red bike And when he was 9. Oh, there's his red bike. It was a bike he had wanted for a while. It was a bike he had wanted for a while. Oh, I bet he was super excited when he got it. It was nice to ride it a mile on the path to get home. Ooh, that's a long bike ride, a whole mile. He rode his red bike faster and faster. Notice how faster comes up twice. So if I sounded it out one time, I'm going to put it in my brain pocket and remember it. There it is again. He rode his bike faster and faster. The wind was cool on his face. Wait a second, wind. Well, that doesn't make sense. Here's an example where IND can't say IND. The wind was cool on his face. Oh, that makes much more sense. He rode around the thick patch of thorn trees. And on top of the bridge. Oh, look at the thorn trees. Thank goodness he rode around them. And he even went on top of a bridge. That sounds like a fun ride. Good for Jack. You're going to have the chance to read that story and practice your I consonant E words. So all you need to do is click next and start practicing. Nice job today. See you next time.